I guess the lingering concern I have in the back of my mind is globalism. Like, we still think in terms of, what is the United States doing versus Russia versus China? But then there's also this sort of globalist game being played, and nation states sometimes appear as puppets on strings to me. So I still have lingering concerns about that. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, and then I'll ask you one more question and let you get out of here.
I don't have a strong feeling on it. The only thing I'll say is that in the shift of the world from the financialized to this political stability, national security, defense production base being dominant and necessary to rebuild. The goal in the financialized world was optimize for efficiency, which is to say, and that's a Lynn Alden phrase, minimum inventory, long supply chains.
Right. Just in time delivery and all that shit.
Everything we're talking about suggests that we're in like pre-game warm-ups of going in the opposite direction, which is not to say everyone's going to stock a ton of inventory.
Right.
But even with the technology, like, look, if you can 3D print crap all over the place and AI can do it for you, why do you need a 6,000 mile long supply chain back to China?
Right.
You don't.
Right.
You can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then suddenly national jurisdictions start to matter again. And so I think we're going to see supply chains not go all the way back to like hunker down autarky, but I think we're going to see a shift back in to supply chains for at least a nod to resilience, which then speaks to a move away from sort of the globalist, 6,000 mile supply chains of, parts from here or there and everywhere. It might be an optimistic view simply because China's so big, so good. They're like unprecedented in terms of their share of manufacturing. Like people are like, it's just like Japan. It's nothing like Japan in terms of scale.
Right.
If you look back at the scale, I saw a chart from Bloomberg 2 weeks ago. Japan's share of global manufacturing at the peak in like 85, when China was going to like own America by 1990, it was like 90 basis points, maybe 1.2%. Like China's like 2 to 2.5% of global GDP, manufacturing. Like it's orders of magnitude bigger than ever. And critically, we had a lot of military bases in Japan, and we have exactly 0 military bases in China, which nobody likes to talk about because it's not polite, but I'm from Cleveland. So
it is what it is.
It's a factor. It's a factor in negotiations, and you're naive if you think it's not.
Absolutely.
So anyway, it's not an answer, but I do think we'll see a shift back away from globalism towards more sort of robust supply chains and away from efficiency. But
yeah, I hope you're right. I mean, I do. I've long held out this hope that Bitcoin is a very American technology in terms of what it is, like just really strong private property. I'm like, that's how and it's decentralized. Like, well, how did this country get started? Well, it was a fucking tax revolt. So it was giving people stronger private property and creating a decentralized governance structure, strong local, weak federal. And that's how we became so successful. Like, can't we just get back to that ethos?
It's so funny you say that, because I've said that to people before, where what do I need Bitcoin for? It's not useful. Like, yes. And if you go sort of anywhere else in the world, say, hey, would you like a monetary asset that is safe from your government and that can't be inflated by your government, that your government can't grab and can't inflate?
Or any time in history.
Right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, I'll take 2 of those, and 4 of them on Sunday, please.
Yeah, exactly. So I genuinely hope you're correct. I do have lingering concerns about the other dark forces in the world and whatnot.
So do I. This is shading towards the optimistic way this can go. I could paint you a one where you'd want to sort of commit Harry Carey by the end of it, but I don't.
Well, thank you for being nice today. I was in a good mood. So
and I think it is. I really do think it's trending in this direction. That can change, right? Like that can change. I think we're in a very critical moment here. We're like lobbing missiles over at Russia, like it's like we're throwing snowballs.
Sure, yeah.
Before a new president.
Absolutely crazy.
But anyway.
If you enjoyed this clip, click here for the full episode and here for more just like it. Also, like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money and subscribe to stay connected. Thank you.